and welcome to another benefit of the Doud Review, featuring your host Adam Doud and his partner in crime, Mr. Cliff Thomas, whose name would be part of the name of the channel, but I couldn't think of anything clever. So
I
yeah,
mean, it started as your thing, and then I was here,
yeah,
and
yeah.
Dowd, Cliff,
Cliff
this
Dowd,
doesn't work.
Cliff Dowd Thomas. I don't know. Anyway,
Yeah.
we'll workshop that later. Anyway, we are here to discuss a thing that I have been using because
Ooh.
that's kind of how reviews work.
Mm.
Yeah. Although if you ask a lot of websites these days, that's it's they just look at stuff on Amazon and then write about it.
That's
But
true.
no, this I actually have things in here. Here it is. These are
Ooh,
the
chords.
I know, right? These are the Moondrop Quark 2 in-ear monitors, and they are corded, and they have a USB-C
USB-C.
cable on the other one end, and they have in-ear monitors on the other end.
Yeah.
And yeah, and that's it. Thank you for watching. Like and subscribe. No, I'm just kidding. No. So Cliff sent these over to me because we dig audio stuff. And
Hey, let's stop and talk about the fact that we did review
right,
Moondrop or Moon. Is it Moondrop?
Moondrop. Yeah, Moondrop.
Moondrop
Yeah,
stuff before, and our last
it actually
kind of
did pretty
kind of
well.
like yeah.
So
Well,
yeah,
I mean, the consensus was like Moondrop kind of does this, like they punch up, like the
yeah,
affordable audio. I mean, I think the earbuds we reviewed were like $25, so
something like
I
that. Yeah,
thought, why not try something a little different? Because, and this was sort of the idea of me sending these to you, because we all want to be Zennials, right? I mean, you and I are basically like Gen X on the late side, and now there's a trend where
you
everybody's
are. But
using.
anyway, I'm old. Remember?
I'm old too. I just
No, I'm older.
just just a little bit, but the thing is, like, in the same way that people are starting to use digital cameras again, why I don't know, when they have a camera in their pocket, that's probably better. But in the same way, people are starting to use, like, the earbuds that came with phones 10
Came
years
with phones. That
ago,
was
came with phones,
that's
that
definitely
kind of thing. And I mean, you can call it retro, you can call it hipster, you can call it, maybe they just appreciate, you know, lined audio and everything.
sure.
Headphones are not included in phone boxes anymore, unless they're some high-end random phone from China. And Moondrop, which is I would call an affordable audio company who produces what I think
Yeah.
are really um affordable earbuds and true wireless things, produces some things that we might be interested in, and so I sent it to you.
Right. Right. And it's funny. Um, while you were talking, I got a notification from Slack, and I switched over to the appropriate Slack room. And one of
Glad you were
funny
paying
thing
attention.
that I discovered about Slack and Bluetooth audio for the
Mm,
past week or so is when you have a Slack box open and you switch between rooms. Like, so I have like a Slack room for like slash gear, and I have another
mhm,
Slack room for like a journalist thing. It messes with the audio for about 3 seconds.
hmm.
Like it'll be listening to audio, and then it'll go like this, like it's playing through a megaphone for about 3 seconds, and then when it's
Megaphone.
done, it goes back to where we were before. I don't know why it does it. I started googling for it, and I can't
It's
find anything
probably a
that
Windows
says
audio thing, which I dealt with
it.
earlier tonight before
Yeah,
we. Well, I will say I love Windows in many ways, but
I think
like the
love is a
legacy
pretty
stuff when it
strong word.
comes to like audio and things like that, it's just
Yeah.
like Microsoft. Can
Anyway,
we please?
um,
I just want to say, Can we please
Yeah,
get like
yeah,
a ground up rewrite with that stuff? It just gets very confusing. But yes,
yeah.
earbuds.
Now, the nice thing about I've been using these in-ear monitors for the past few days, and you know
Mm.
what? It doesn't do that. So it's 100% a Bluetooth audio thing, which
Oh,
is and so like that's kind of one of those things, like one of those unexpected benefits that you would get.
mm,
Now, should everybody run out and buy wired earbuds so that you don't have like a Bluetooth audio issue with Slack? No, not at all. That's not what I'm saying. But it is a nice little side effect because Bluetooth, for as long as it's been around, still kind of sucks in a lot of different
yeah.
just pointing that out. Anyway, so I was gonna my the moral of the story is, wires aren't always bad. And
Mm,
I think we can all agree on that. Now, one of the nice things about these monitors, and I'm going to get to the rest of it, later.
mm,
But one of the nice things about these in-ear monitors is they do have, a USB-C plug, obviously, and so you can plug this into any USB-C port on any device. Like I tested a number of different phones, a few different laptops, and a PC, and all of them very plug and play. Like it's kind
mm,
of funny. Like the only phone that kind of like said was the iPhone. Like when I
mm.
plugged this in, it was just like, did you just plug in headphones? Like seriously, like plug them in? And like I said yes, and I'm like, oh, all right, well I guess we'll put audio through that then. And so, but like everything else, it was seamless. It was the very definition of plug and play. You plugged it
Mm.
in, and it just boop, it just worked. Anyway, so we have this cable here, which is about I'm gonna say like 4 feet. I actually never measured it because I'm an excellent reviewer, by the
It's
way.
probably
Um,
3 meters,
it's probably 3 meters, but anyway, no, it's not 3 meters. That would be like 9 feet long,
nine
dude.
feet. Yeah, no, you're right.
No, it's
One
it may
meter,
be it's not a meter because it's longer than 3 feet. Like it's I
one
can
point
almost
five.
stretch my I can almost stretch so like my right arm is totally stretched out and my left arm is like at a 90-degree angle. So this is a solid 4 to 5 feet. And that's how all things are measured, in case you weren't
Yes,
familiar with the
by the
imperial
eyeball.
measuring system. Anyway, so they got this little connector here that just kind of splits out the cable. This is not a physical thing; it's just a plastic knobby thing. And then there are controls for volume up, volume down, and your smart assistant button. Hang up, answer calls, yada, yada, yada. And then they have the buds themselves, which are right here. You'll notice that there's a conspicuous lack of Skippy, the review cam going on here. That's because these are earbuds. We don't really need a separate camera. But yeah, so these are the earbuds themselves. And they, when you put them in your ears, these form a pretty good seal. Not certainly not active noise cancellation level, but they
Quick
do
question:
provide
Did
a
it
good
did
enough
it come
seal.
with different sizes of ear tips,
Yeah,
or was it just the one?
three different sizes of ear tips, and I am blessed in that like every single pair of earbuds that I have ever owned have
You just take
always
it out of the
worked
box?
with the default ear with the
Yeah.
default ear tips. So I'm a solid medium, I believe, is the conclusion to be drawn there. I've tried larges, I've tried smalls. They don't fit as well as I would like. So I'm a solid medium, and I'm not ashamed of that. But anyway, sorry I'm
Nice.
yawning. It's late.
It
But
is a
anyway,
little late.
now I'm going to turn this over to Cliff to talk about the specifications because he is much more the audio guy than I am. So he might be able to actually, tell you like what some of these things mean. I mean, I can read. They're an LCP dome composite flexible suspension dynamic driver diaphragm. Ooh, sounds impressive. And yeah, standard UAC 2.0 audio protocol, which I don't know, sounds important.
I mean,
And
honestly, while I'm an audiophile, I'm not, I mean, other than it comes to certain things, I'm just kind of like,
fair
it
enough.
sounds good.
Okay, so the driver configuration is a micro dynamic driver with LCP dome composite flexible suspension diagram. We left that part out
Wow.
because, like, I mean, it's all in
Oh,
the
don't
details.
forget about that.
Oh, and the frequency response 20 hertz to 20,000 hertz. So like,
Mm,
that's a lot of hertz is
it
what it
is. It
yeah.
almost hurts me right here. I just
We're not we like audio stuff, but look,
well,
if
so
you want
here's
to
the thing. Like if I look at a frequency response diagram, sort of if I'm looking for like that Harman Kardon
right.
response diagram kind of thing, I can kind of go, okay, that makes sense to me. When it
Okay,
comes
yeah,
to
yeah, I see.
yeah, like driver materials and things like that. I mean, there's a
Mhm.
few things I can kind of glean from that, but most of that to me just
Yeah.
feels like the foreign language that it was probably written in because these are from
Mhm.
China, from an audiophile company.
Yeah. They're comfortable to wear. So I wore them like I've been wearing them like all day for the past few days. So you could definitely get like 8 hours of comfortable wearing out of these, and they sound really good.
Mm,
I don't think I would say like the best earbuds that I've ever listened to in my life were like Sony earbuds, like the Sony
mhm.
wireless XM
It's a good reference
alphabet
point.
alphabet soups.
Mhm,
These aren't quite there, but they're very. I'd say they're very close. And again, like the other moondrops that we reviewed, they definitely punch above their weight class. These are what like $20, I think.
$30,
30,
something like
30.
that. Yeah,
Okay.
something
Cliff
like that. I think
Cliff
they were
bought them
when
for
I
me, so
bought
I
them for
honestly have
you,
no
they were
idea.
like 29.90 something.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So I mean that's reasonable, and we will obviously put a link in the show
sure.
notes if you wanted to pick up a set. But I mean, like one of the nice things that wired headphones are good for is I used to use exclusively wired headphones when I would edit audio for the
Hmm.
podcast back in the days when I was foolishly still editing audio for the podcast rather than
Mm,
just like throwing it up there and letting go and letting God. So no, and the main reason is because that you don't get any latency or like you get a millisecond, 2 millisecond latency with
right.
wired earbuds that normally with a set of. Although the Bluetooth low latency protocols that have been coming out in the past, I'd say 2 years, give or take, are getting really close. Like
Hmm.
you can get latency down to, I would say probably single digit milliseconds these days. Whereas like when I'm sitting in my car trying to play a game on my phone and my phone is connected to the car, it'll be like I shoot and like a second later it's like bang, and it's just like dude, it'll be like
And I think
bang. Come on, dude.
yeah, I just saw that the first Bluetooth 6, I guess it was, headphones have been released. So
Oh, really?
latency is going to continue to be to go down. But I actually feel like, regardless of what headphones we're talking about that are USB-C or earbuds, like I feel like everyone who cares about
Is
the
there a
immediacy
thumbnail?
of like what you're talking about, who care ooh, yeah, like
Is there a thumbnail? Right there.
USB-C has kind of become USB-C earbuds, like these are kind of like what should come in the box with most phones, and they just don't. But
Yeah,
because
yeah.
I mean, in the end, they work with just about everything, right? I mean, you like you said, you can plug these into your laptop, you can plug them into your iPhone, you can plug them into your Android phone, and it just works. And on top of that, these sound bitty
Sorry.
bobbity. These
No, I'm just
sound
making like eyes and a mouth there. Me, 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 me.
me,
Anyway,
me,
um,
me. But they sound, but because they're Moondrop, they also sound better than you know what would come in the box with phones from 10 years ago.
right.
And so
Oh,
that was kind of the
absolutely.
idea. It's like,
Absolutely.
for $30, what can you get now as a
Mhm.
USB-C because I mean, I can't remember the last time what was it? I mean, no, Apple had USB-C, well, not USB, like lightning earbuds there for a while.
Yeah.
And then they all just kind of went away, and it's not something everybody really thinks about anymore.
I want to say like, and I could be wrong about this, but I don't think there were a lot of phones that launched with USB-C earbuds. I think
No.
a lot of phones just dropped the headphone jack and said, "Good luck, punks." And
Bye.
and I know
Bye.
like you said, Apple had the lightning to headphone adapter for a
Mhm.
while there, but
Mhm.
I don't think that lasted more than a generation or so, did
No.
it?
No.
Um, so yeah, I mean, you were pretty much left to go out and pick up a set like
Mhm.
this, and like so the beautiful part is, the battery life. You can't beat it. It's infinite. It's forever.
As
Um,
long as you what you're plugging it into.
Right, and but the downside is, for something like a phone, if you're plugging
Mhm.
this in, you obviously can't charge your phone unless you're using like wireless charging at the same
Right.
time, and you don't get things like active noise cancellation, which
Right.
some people will take or leave it. I get that. I personally really like active noise cancellation because I have crappy ears and I really don't want them to get any crappier.
And these
Um,
days you can get crappy active noise cancellation in earbuds for about the same price as these. They're just
oh
I
yeah,
mean, not that I want to call these audiophile earbuds, but these probably give
I
you
would
better
not know.
audio than most true wireless earbuds at this price point.
At this price point, yes, yes, that is certainly true. But in general, I mean, they're a nice find. I mean, really, and these are the kind of thing that you can toss into your bag, and
Mhm.
they'll just like always be there. And if you forget to charge your earbuds, your AirPods, or whatever like that, you could just plug these in, and no worries, you are good to go. They will block out enough sound that you'll be able to, still hear what you're doing. Like, say, I don't know about airplane, but certainly like on a train or something like
Right.
that.
Just because of the
Um,
seal.
yeah, and you know what? The one thing I haven't tested these with, and which I really should have, and that's my mistake. But I really should have tested these on like riding a bike. You're not supposed to wear earbuds while
Mhm.
you're riding a bike, or at least you're not supposed to wear both earbuds while you're riding a bike. I do because I'm dumb, and that is probably going to kill me one day, because I'm not going to hear a
Rip.
ambulance coming up behind me or something like that. But don't be an idiot like me. But I would like to test these on a bike to see if like how they handle like wind noise, because wind noise is a major problem when you are trying
Yeah.
to ride a bike. So I can test these. I can maybe report back and put a comment in the YouTube video and let you know.
Now, one thing
But
I wanted to ask you about, like, how is the like perceived build quality? I mean, granted, these are $30 versus like
right.
maybe what you would get in a phone box or something. Like, I get
Oh, compared to what you get in a phone box, these are better. They're still plastic. Like,
right.
all of this is plastic, and like I said, the middle
Hmm.
button is plastic, and these three buttons are plastic. There's no metal on these, at least
Right.
not in the outer casing.
Except
So
in the headphones themselves or the
in the
earbuds
headphones
themselves.
themselves, sure. But for the outer casing, yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, I don't think these would survive being run over by a bike, for example. I don't know that they would survive being stepped on by a 285 pound man. I don't know. But I would say the build quality is not bad, not amazing, not bad. It's
Hmm.
it's about $30 worth of earbuds in
Okay.
terms of like build quality. I think they would be fine. I think the real test is how will they stand up to, you know, wearing them, and like you get up and go to walk away and like your phone drops on the floor.
Yeah.
I
Right.
don't know how they would stand up to that, because that is really the
That
key
is
test when it
that
comes to
is
like
like the used test
wired
for like a
earbuds.
year. Yeah.
Right, right. So you would definitely need to test these. We would definitely need to test these long term in order to determine what that would be like. But I have not had any such incidents like that, so
Okay.
I can't really speak to that. But I would, like I said, I think the build quality is not bad.
Okay.
So
Sounds good.
yeah.
No pun
Um,
intended.
But yeah, so I think I see what you did there. So this review has gone on about 9 minutes and 46 seconds longer than I thought it would. So we're gonna go ahead and wrap things up here. So keep an eye out on the channel. We've got some good stuff coming up. now that we're actually recording
A
again.
lot of stuff coming up.
Yeah, 800-pound gorilla in the room. But yeah, things are starting to normalize a little bit, so we should see a better cadence of content. But for now, I'm Adam, that's Cliff, and this is our outro. Oh, hi there. Thanks for watching. If you made it this far, then you obviously liked what you saw. So why not take it a few small steps further? How about you drop a thumbs up on this video and maybe hit that subscribe button?
And while you're there, move that pointer over a few pixels and click the bell. All of that will ensure that we get noticed on the YouTubes, and we can make more of these videos just for you.
And if you want to go even a little bit further, you can head over to patreon.com/benefitofthedoud and sign up for as little as just $2 per month. And for that, you'll get early access to our videos and some bonus content that we don't show on the main channel.
Plus, we're cooking up new perks and benefits all the time. So go to patreon.com/benefitofthedoud and sign up today.
That's patreon.com/benefitofthedoud. And as always, we thank you for watching and for giving us the benefit of the Doud.